Yo yo, morning Kels. It's like a nightmare on my headset. I wouldn't pick up my I was trying to start the stream for like 20 minutes. Wouldn't pick up my headset for some reason. No idea why. And the other thing is, it does not sound the cleanest. Just making that little crackling noise again. I wonder if it's a setting or something. Can you hear me alright and everything, mate? Trying to listen to it and it did not sound too good. Good morning, George. Yeah, do you know how to deal with that? That's pretty annoying. Try and see if I can do you know what, I ain't even too sure how to stop this crackling. There must be a setting or something. But oh well. So we're gonna get some more upside on the cards here today. Ooh, CPI went up a little bit. I'm not really sure how to stop that, to be honest, because it's not the headset. I think it's the morning Donald. I think it's the what do you call it? The app, the Streamlabs. It doesn't do it when I'm on Zoom. Let me quickly have a look on online. We might get some more upside today though. But yeah, this was the area that I was paying attention to massively yesterday. was in between here and here. But obviously now we're starting to break through, so I think if we can create some support sort of back above this level here, then we could be good to sort of push into this main 4-hour zone around 63ish, something like that. Good morning, Geo. But we've got sort of a long way for the 1 hour count to close, 30 minutes. We're starting to create a little support on the 5, but it's going to be better to wait for the 30 minutes to close first and then look for opportunities. Right, so I'm going to look it up how to stop the crackling, because obviously I don't want that. You entered, yeah, I had a buy at 162.5. 162.5. Ooh. Tapped into it and pulled back. Was probably not the best idea, but had something to do. Yeah, no, I'm not in any trades at the minute. So obviously this was news candle. So obviously I would wait for I think if you were going to take a trade using the news volume, then you probably wanted to be in at like 62.2, using that sort of 5 minute as an option to get into a trade. But yeah, personally I'd be waiting for the 30 minute to close as normal, just for us to see confirmation outside this range. This is obviously the little area that we had yesterday, that we sort of failed to break further above yesterday. This now becomes a sort of structural support resistance area. We're now starting to break through. If we can create support, then I think sort of 62.8 is on the card. Morning, Dennis. What track is that? It's pretty soothing. Yeah, it's just off of Spotify. It's called Stream Beats by Harris Heller. It's pretty cool. Pretty nice. Yeah, so we've got the 30 minute close over here. So we'll see what happens. So if you're looking for opportunity, you may want to give this closure a shot potentially. Sort of targets around 800 would make sense. But me personally, I'll probably be waiting for a support to form at this stage. My problem is that, so if that's the 30 minute closure of the the previous candle, this upside tapping into sort of here could just be that top wick forming, and then you start to get your downside pullback later on to create a deeper wick. But in some opportunities it can just drive. So yeah, I mean, all depends. I think in this case it may just continue, but that's cool with me. Yeah, the music is relaxing me. Zen. Yeah, that's what I like. We gotta stay relaxed when we're trading. Really, really important. We gotta stay relaxed. Let's have a little look at gold this morning. Yeah, 4 hours looking pretty good. Potentially more downside, but we just gotta watch these areas on the way down. But pretty much, I think from a daily standpoint, as long as you respect this zone, which we sort of haven't come back to yet, sort of 1950s, then I would expect us to potentially continue down. But so 4 hour, 1 hour, yeah. Yeah, so we've just started to basically break from these previous lows from sort of yesterday. So potentially we sort of may tap into 1933, pull back, create some resistance, and then look to break through. Might be a good shot. Let's have a look at the lower time frames. yeah, be waiting at this stage because we're sort of already at a target point from the break, so we've got to watch this level here. But I think if we can sort of break through, pull back, create resistance, then you can sort of look to target the low end of this range around 1928, which would be sensible. But what you want to do is you'd want to mark this area out like this, and then what I would do is I'd go down to the 5 minute and I would see where we clean to on the 5 minute. So if we got, let's say, a resistance structure over there, obviously, then I'd be looking at this as a target, because that's your 5 minute structural support that create that move. So that's what I'd be looking at personally. But yeah, YouTube already more people than any Twitch stream. It's quite fun. But yeah, so that 30 minutes closed up. GJ 30 minute. It's a lot to keep an eye on at the minute. But I ain't even really in a rush to take a trade today. I'm already in the trade, so may as well see it out right now. Yeah, I think as long as your stops are... Problem is, if you're getting in at like 500, where is a relevant, sensible stops? Well, to be honest, they have to go below this 30 minute until you see something forming where I'm over here. Then you may be able to use whatever's created support wise to have stops below that, would be sensible. But obviously, yeah, just from a stop loss standpoint, where would that be? Do you know what I mean? That's the only issue, because having entries at like 500, you don't really want stops all the way down here. That's massive. Do you know what I mean? But that's the only place you can put it for the minute, because you know what we're going to do if you reject off of this, start pulling back into here, then create support later on. That wouldn't be the best. Yeah, Twitch, yeah, no, I wanted to give it a go, like, but I literally just had no one showing up, and I ain't there to, you know, waste my time speaking to no one. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, like I said, potentially this top wick pushing up to here, so we'll see. The other thing with gold is we may need to pull back to this sort of 1938.5, so I probably wouldn't take it in there. I'd probably wait to see us, like, we've stopped here, potentially pulling up to here, create that resistance, and then as we start to break sort of back through this level, then get entries to sort of continue down could make a lot of sense. But that's sort of just chilling with gold. Could even come back to 1940 as well for upside, so that's why I don't want to make sure we're getting the correct entry. But yeah, after seeing that first 5 minute close up, could be a nice little shot there, close above the previous, but it rejected off that level. That's why it's like, if you're going to take it off this now, you could easily just reject there again. So after seeing it tap, this is where it gets a lot tougher. It may be better to take it as a break of this resistance. That might be a safer option at this stage. You know, plus we still haven't really made a wick. Today gonna be wild with all the news. Yeah, no, like I say, I'm not actually too bothered if I don't really trade today, to be honest, because like you say, we've had the CPI, which obviously has come out a little bit more than expected. It's come out a little bit more than expected. We've also got FOMC later. We've also got the Swiss tomorrow. We've got MPC tomorrow. So yeah, this is actually a mad week. Like I don't think it makes too much of a difference for, let's say, like now a session trade option, but what we would expect is like there's going to be some sort of unfamiliar price movements potentially. But I'm actually quite cool to miss these buys, to be fair. Yeah, no, I ain't even really trying to play that yet. But yeah, the problem is if this 5 minute hadn't have tapped up here first, then yeah, I would have been all over that. But now the way I've got to play it is really I've got to see this candle sort of breaking through this area to try and continue, and then that's sort of using stops down below this level. But in my head I know, okay, well we still haven't really formed a proper, you know, that's a small wick, but what I like to see is at least one bearish candle in the new 30. We haven't really formed a new bearish candle on the 5 to suggest that a wick has been formed. You know, so on that pullback, these are creating wicks on that 15 minute. Whereas these bullish candles are not giving you that option. So again, we could just reject in here again and start doing this potentially later on. So this is why I'm not really, yeah, I'm not really in that position to be trying to get involved with that yet. 1 hour's not even closed yet, so yeah, that's cool. I'll chill with GJ. Yeah, them ones on the 5 minute are hard where they just start pushing. Yeah, the issue I have with taking entries there, like I say, is because we'd already tapped. Like, this becomes the target at the end of the day. From a consistency approach, now taking entries sort of over here wouldn't be a bad shout off this closure, but obviously you've got to anticipate that if you then just get something like this, that's all just top wick, because you've seen no bearish candle form. So I probably want to see, let's say this closes, if the next candle can come down, create a bearish candle, something to suggest then that when we get more bullish candles, we ain't coming back to make that lower wick, because we get that a lot, man. Oh no, I don't. Sorry, let me just mute that, because last time I did that on Twitch, it didn't like it. But yeah, it's looking like a solid 5 minute push there. But yeah, if this is gonna run, could go now. Yeah, break of this. Now we're breaking above this 15 minute resistance. We should be good. Yeah, you would expect this to come up to 800s today by this session, if we got the volume, right? If there's the volume, then we'll go. But it's not always about getting the best entry, because obviously the best entry you could argue would be here in this case scenario. However, what's to say this count don't do that? We don't know at that stage, so that's why I'd be waiting for something with a bit more clarity, you know. Plus again, 15 minute could drive, could just be wick. We know how sort of dodgy this area is in terms of what we've seen over the longer term period, so we won't forget that. Right, let's have the music back on. Actually got in at 360, thought it was 0.5, so currently just above BE, so not too worried right now. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool then. I think if you're in there, you could probably you probably want your stop sort of below 200 now at this point. You wouldn't really want it coming back lower than that. Then it could pull way deep into this area. So as it starts to push up, sort of breaking this wick, I think that that stage, yeah, you'd be pretty good. So I'll let this rock.
Good morning, good morning.
How's it going, Donald?
Good brother, how are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Yeah, I decided to move onto the YouTube, and yeah, man, so much better.
Yeah, I saw the story last night.
Yeah, no, it's already just like decent amount of people already.
Yeah, nice, that's really good, nice.
Yeah, just keeping an eye on gold at the minute. But potentially watching if we don't do a sort of madness rejection here as well. This is key level, really key level. So I may even wait for this 1 hour to close, to be honest. Just the way that this new 30 is coming up is not cool. But yeah, GBPJPY wants to go. That's cool. You might want to add the link to your Slack in the description. Yeah, I will eventually. I didn't really get time to do that this morning, to be fair. I was trying to just sort out the mic and everything, and that was just playing up, so. But yeah, I ain't really. We'll get to that. But yes, there's a good little educational bit on GJ, to be fair. Because the other thing that we're forgetting is we've still got the 1 hour to close yet. So if this isn't gonna continue just yet, right? And that's what you have to understand. The 1 hour is still closed, and based on all these wicks, right, and coming into open, we can easily come back into here before doing this. That's why I was very, skeptical of just purely getting in where we were. Like, it obviously it could play very nice. And I think based off this 15-minute, we wouldn't expect it to come back down here, but it can. Just be aware. We've still got 15 of the 1 hour. Yeah, we could just see a smashing 1 hour candle all the way up here, but majority of the time is that going to happen? Not majority. So that's why we got to be careful. And it's only the first 15 of the 30, right? And usually, for upside, we want to see the opposite. So if this candle closes here, we want to see 5 minutes coming down, right? And then we want to see, okay, we ain't going down no more. And then we can start continuing back up. Whereas in this case scenario, we haven't really done that. We've just said, no, we want to go up, and then we're coming into this little area. Is this where we just see something like this later on to create that lower wick, potentially?
This is the CPI news on GJ?
Yeah, we had that at 7. 7 was CPI. Come out. So I suppose you could say not good, because it's slightly increased. I don't really, obviously, from their statistics, yeah, that's pretty important. But I don't think that's like. I mean, it depends how the market takes it. End of the day, they might see it as right. Then there's more rate hikes to come, or they might see it as a one-off, or you know what I mean. We don't know.
Yeah. Today we had on forex.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a lot of heavy news today, so we've got to be careful. But yeah. Yeah, I would have liked to get involved with GJ today, but gold. Yeah, no, I'm waiting for that 1 hour, man. I ain't even trying to play with this now. Look at that, man. But yeah, in terms of buys, I already said I'd be looking for buys above 1945-ish. And then GJ will just see, because I ain't really too keen on it just yet, personally. Otherwise I'd be getting involved, trust. Like, because if I was gonna be in, I needed to be in somewhere over here to get to this point. But we've already kind of tapped up in that so easily, we could have just seen that. So that's why I didn't want to entertain that just yet. You know that pre-market feel, have you still got some? Yeah, I actually do, to be fair. I haven't, I hardly even use it, but it was one of them, I bought one, and I just was like, yeah, it tastes pretty good, but I'm pretty lazy making drinks in the morning, to be fair. Otherwise, it does taste very nice, very flavourous drink. It's very nice. Is that Donald? He sounds like he's underwater. Yeah, it is Donald, but I don't know why he sounds like that. I need to be honest, I need to go through all the settings and make sure that they're all, because he sounds they're saying that your mic sounds like you're underwater, but it doesn't for me on Zoom.
Oh, well, I'm muting it on. I will speak only when I have to see something. I'm muting it now.
Alright, bro, no worries. It's fine anyway. I'm just saying. It's probably my settings, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, this may just continue. But I don't really feel like I've missed anything, to be honest. Because we can still have this 30 closing bullish, but open potentially may do a deeper pullback before upside, and if it does, then I'll be getting involved. What I'd actually want to see, to be honest, is now that we're sort of pushing out, creating more highs with this new 30-minute, let's say we pull back into here, and then later on we sort of get solid closes on the 5, sort of back above this area. After seeing a really deep wick, I'm well get involved with that to get up to there and test wherever we stop. That would be a good play for me personally. Because whenever we don't have the 1 hour candle closure, we don't know if the next 1 hour, it may just go with it straight away, or is it going to come back and create that deep wick, which it can do. But due to the sort of nature of the way that we've broken out based on news, etc., it's probably likely it's just going to, with open, probably push with straight volume. But we just, based off of experience and price action, we could easily see this come back into the 200s before continuing with the open candle. Seen that plenty of times. But yeah, we can see gold now is going to be extremely hard for sales right now. Yeah, we haven't even got a 1 hour candle close yet. 30 minutes just looking tough, man. Because the other issue as well is that we could sort of see the 30-minute closing back above sort of 1940, and then you could start to create structure on the 5-minute, etc., and then we potentially could come back to sort of this area here. So this is our two zonal areas, to be honest, where we're sort of got rejections from down here but rejections from here, so we've got to be really careful right now on gold, to be honest. Plus from a daily, we already said we probably want to come further up before we reject. I would suspect, but maybe wrong. If not, from a daily candle, are we going to correct this candle move up from this point, or is this just simply a pullback to create support on dailies to continue this move? Maybe, maybe not. I suppose it's not our job to guess the fundamentals around it, it's our job to wait for confirmations and then use that. That would make more sense. But you know, whoever said the music was chilling, it is actually very nice for a morning. But yeah, this in theory could easily go now. That 15-minute was nice, obviously, that was pretty nice. But I wanted to try and get a decent entry. And yeah, probably entries here would have made more sense. Maybe even after that candle. But yeah, I wasn't really too bothered if I didn't get in on it. Yeah, the other thing about continued gold sells is we are right at the lows. That's the other thing. So that is why when we're at the lows, we want to, like for example, this is where getting in off that 30-minute close is always going to be tough, because now you're selling right down over here and you're selling at previous structure point. So if you want to be doing that, you need to wait for pullback and then look to get into that trade, because then right now you'd be sweating in the drawdown, right? The other thing as well is, after looking at this 1 hour candle, that does not really give me an indication we're going anywhere down just yet, personally. GJ is struggling though, I must admit. It's not really continuing yet. So maybe I'll get proved right that we're gonna pull back deeper before continuing up with open, and then I can get a much better move later on potentially. So to be honest, I've seen this do this a few times. That's why I'm kind of thinking it might do that. Obviously that's not really ideal, but just because, you know, experience is can't ignore your experience, right? But yeah, apologies, it's going to be a shorter stream today. I was trying to get it sorted out early this morning, but unfortunately I was having some issues with Streamlabs and that. So yeah, this is actually my old the old YouTube sort of all stuff on the screen and that. This is all going to be changed, to be honest. I just didn't get around to doing it. I had to make a whole new one for Twitch, and then obviously since then now we have to make a new one for YouTube. Right, so we've got 4 minutes to this 30 and 1 hour to close out. I don't think it's going to run off in the last 4, but we'll see. Might do. Shut up. Just wait for that advert to go. That's pretty annoying, the adverts. But yeah, I would really like it if open can give us that deep pullback wick, and then within that new 1 hour candle, if we can create support, then I think we're going to be very good to test the highs, and then continue up to 800s would be a much better, safer option for me. Yeah, even like 750s is sensible. There's a lot of traffic to the left, but it depends how open sort of takes the news. We may just have a flyer. We may just go straight away, which is pretty cool. No complaints. Yeah, it would be good to change it up. Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna change it up. Yeah, I didn't have time this morning or last night or anything, so. But yeah, I'll do it for tomorrow's stream. Pretty cool. Yeah, let's see, because I still just had a feeling I would be too early into this trade. Because the other thing as well is, if I was going to get in somewhere over here, I'm not really trying to play to 800 at that point. I'm trying to get into a trade to close somewhere in there, you know. So now we can look at risk reward from that perspective, you know, maybe get 10, 11, max 21's okay, is pretty decent. Then you're looking at around like sort of 17 pip stops. But that's as well if, you know, what do you do already if you just get a, you know, then you're already out at that stage, because seeing it already tap and not like that area is never going to be a good sign. But if that candle didn't tap all the way up and then close above that previous, yeah, could have been involved in that. That would have been a nice little push, but it would only been to get into this zone, and then I'd either break even or closing or whatever. So now at this stage, for this new 1 hour, I'd personally like to see more of a pullback on the 5, etc. And then if we can get some form of a solid 5 minutes or closing back above these levels, then we can look to sort of push to this new target formed and then maybe try and continue out. That would be a sensible idea. But that would be just my idea, right? It's my analysis. So remember, you guys can send in any charts or any ideas you got, anything. So we all trade slightly different, right? But yeah, we'll see what open does. Yeah, I'll give it 5 minutes or so, and then but yeah, the way we sort of broke the highs but didn't really continue suggests to me we could see open give us a nice deep pullback. So that's what I'll be kind of looking for. But yeah, we'll see. Oh, I need the music back on. Yeah. But yeah, guys, be good. Get some likes on the stream. See, it's good to be back streaming again. Definitely missed it. But yeah, if you're already in buy positions, just be careful if we do start pulling back with open. Just watch that. If we don't, and you know, we respect this main area, then there's no reason why open can't just continue straight up. It may do if we got the volume like now, but if not, then just be careful if it starts coming back into this area here. But don't be surprised if this is a flyer, because it easily well could be. I just would expect this to create a wick, but not always does it do it like that. Right, let's have a look at gold anyway, because I'm probably not going to get the shot. Yeah, gold, yeah, no, tricky one. If you're looking for resistance to form, the problem with this situation is we're now sort of back above the structure point, so you could easily sort of see something like that, and then we continue off. So that's where you got to be careful. Even though the 30 closed back above 1938, which is obviously very key, but it respected the 4-hour level, so could just see more top wick before coming down, but we'll see. Or it may just smash up. It's gold. But yeah, I've already set out my parameters, so potential buys above this level. If we can close above here, create support, same idea, but to be honest, for max upside would be sort of 1950s until I sort of have a daily clarity at that stage, because we're very bearish on the 4 hours, etc. So that would be really key. Yeah, 1 hour didn't really give any confirmation either, so yeah, GJ's probably just gonna run. Right, I'll leave it on GJ for 5 minutes. I'll be back in a couple of minutes, and then we'll see what's going on.
Imagine how it'd feel to win £10,000. Like you'd smashed it. With Set for Life, you could win £10,000.
Yo. Yeah, since that open's kind of pushed up, but still haven't seen that hourly wick yet, have we? Tiny one, but it probably will continue. I personally, like I say, I mean, if this just goes, it just goes. You should have been in from down here, but if this does pull back, creates that support, then I'll get involved with that. So that's my plan, and then I'll sit on that. And then with gold, yeah, gold, we've got our parameters set for potential buys later on. And just mark this level out. Yeah, support above 1943 after seeing a break of 1944.5 should give you a good shout. But yeah, so we're gonna call it a day on the stream anyway. Tomorrow I'll be starting a bit early, as today I ran into some, just trying to sort things out. It's just a nightmare basically. But yeah, I would expect this to probably continue now, to be honest. I wouldn't expect this to come back, but if it does, then it's going to give us that opportunity to get involved. But if not, I would suspect this will continue. You know, you probably had decent, yeah. The thing is, we could 750s make sense. We haven't quite tapped up in that target. So if we'd already tapped sort of 800, 750s, I probably wouldn't look to get involved then anyway. But if this does come all the way back down here, like we said, for that new 1 hour, then again this is forming a new target. So if we can create support, you know, sort of in and around these structure points, then it'll give us a good shout. But yeah, this is pretty nice. It's coming back a little bit, a little piece like we kind of anticipated. But what we've got to be careful of is, don't just be buying because you just see one little small bullish candle, because then you could still do this, and this is where you get them 1 hour deep fake outs and it gets very tough. So just remember that. But I'll be keeping an eye on this now, kind of doing what I want to see. If we can get that support, pretty decent. But the other issue we've got is it may just be forming the wick, and then you just see the next candle just do this. In that case, yeah, you can't get involved. But that's pretty cool. It's still fine, because you don't really want to be getting in on the re-break of the highs or whatever, because then it's, yeah, your risk to reward is pretty limited. But we'll see. Right, cool. So thanks everyone for watching. Be back tomorrow, 6:30. We started at 6:30, and then we'll be going up till open. But yeah, hope everyone has a good day. Take care, and it's good to be back on YouTube. So yeah, cool. Just keep an eye on gold as well. That's sort of key level now, and GJ as well. Set out our parameters for GJ. But yeah, pretty good. Alright guys, thank you very much. Take care. See everyone tomorrow. Thank you.
Bye bye. See you tomorrow.
See you, Donald. Take care, mate. Bye bye.